Dear students, this video we are going to discuss about various approaches to SDLC models. In the previous video, we have discussed the SDLC model, which consists of different phases such as studying the problem, identifying the system requirements, system design, system development, implementation, review and control. That means maintenance and follow-up. So this is the general process of system development life cycle. In this video, we are going to discuss the various approaches for this SDLC. Why do we have different methods for SDLC models? It provides a base for project planning, estimating and scheduling. So, in each system development, the project duration must be planned, each phase duration must be planned, and the cost estimation must be done, and the scheduling of the completion of each step must be prepared, and the project should be carried out on based on this estimates. And it also provides framework for standard set of terminologies, activities and deliverables. Okay. So this is an understanding between a client and the company who developed the system and its software. So there are the requirements and understanding between these two parties that must be clearly stated. The requirements must be clearly documented, and deliverables must be decided and agreed by both parties, and provides mechanism for project tracking and control. So the progress of the project can be measured easily, and any deviation in the project that can be identified and eliminated at any stages of system development life cycle. It also increases visibility of project progress to all stakeholders. Okay, to enhance this visibility and project tracking and framework and better planning and scheduling, the different approaches are recommended. They are waterfall model, iterative model, spiral model, incremental model and prototyping model. So in this video we will discuss about waterfall model and iterative waterfall model. Waterfall model, the name indicates waterfall. It falls from top to down. Okay, so it is from the top, the waterfall falls down. There is no going back. Okay, it is one way movement. Okay, so that is what the meaning of this model. Here the steps in the system development life cycle, such as requirement analysis, system design, implementation, testing, deployment and maintenance, these phases are carried out in a sequential manner. Once the particular step is finished, the activities are completed, then they proceed to the next step. There is no going back to the previous step at any cost. That is the major main main thing we must understand. For example, the requirement analysis is a first stage. All the required activities are carried out. Once the analysis is completed, then they will go for system design. Once they start system design, okay, even if they find out any problems, any issues during the system design phase, they won't go back to requirement analysis. Okay, so there is no going back. Okay, so whatever the thing they have to do it on the system design phase, even if they have faced some pitfalls, they have to accommodate, then accordingly they have to design. What the design is over, they will go for development and implementation. Okay, even the implementation phase, if they face any issue, the reason may be somewhere in the system design phase or analysis phase. So there is no possibility to going back and rectify the errors in the previous steps. Okay, so similarly, from implementation to testing, deployment and maintenance, this is waterfall model. It's a one-way movement of the process of system developments. There is no way to go back to the previous step and make corrections. Okay, it is a very simple model to understand. Okay, it's very easy to lay out the steps involved in the system development life cycle. But major advantages, there is no feedback system from the particular step to previous stage. Okay, so the feedbacks are helpful to improve the system and procedures, but there is no feedback system is allowed in this model. That is the major disadvantage. The iterative waterfall model is an improved version of a previous model, that is waterfall model. Here the difference is the disadvantages of waterfall model is eliminated here. So that is the major difference between iterative and simple waterfall model. The same steps are being followed for the system development, such as requirement analysis, design, implementation, testing and control, so and so. But in every stage, if they find some issues, they can give the feedback to the previous step to make the corrections. For design stage, there is an issue. The issue may be arised because of the drawbacks in the analysis phase. So they will send the feedback to analysis stage. So the requirement analysis is accordingly modified, rectified. Again, based on the new input from the requirement analysis, design will be done. Similarly, it will go to the development stage and implementation. If there is a problem, the problem may be somewhere in the design, so they will give the feedback to the design team. Okay, again they will rectify it, then those inputs will be included in the development and implementation. So in every step there is a possibility of feedback and correction is possible. Okay, that is called iterative. So in chemistry you might have heard about this iteration. Repeat till you get the desired result. Okay, the same steps can be repeated again and again till you get the desired result. Okay, so that is what the thing. So till you get a right correct process, correct input and outputs, so you can repeat the previous steps again and again, so that you will get the a best system that is possible. Okay, so those are all the two models, waterfall model and iterative model. Thank you.